Good evening and welcome to the special town meeting for the town of Raymond. In the name of the state of Maine, I am hereby required to notify and warn the inhabitants of the town of Raymond, qualified by law to vote in town affairs, to meet at the broadcast studio at 423 Webbs Mills Road in said town on Tuesday, November 9th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m., then and there to act on Articles 1 and 2 as set out below. Article 1 is to elect a moderator to preside at said meeting. Could I entertain a motion, please, for moderator?
Motion approved, Jessica Fay.
Second.
Any further nominations?
We have nomination cease.
Second.
All those in favor, raise your cards. If you can find them. You are duly elected.
My pen.
Oh, no, because I haven't used it yet.
Oh, you didn't swear.
You. Over here might be easier. If you could raise your right hand, please, and I do or I will after I read to you. I, Jessica Fay, do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof, so help me God. I do swear that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my abilities the duties incumbent on me as moderator for the town of Raymond for the November 9th, 2021 special town meeting, according to the Constitution and laws of the state, so help me God.
I will.
Have your autograph right here, please. Oh, and you have to raise these days. Thank you. And you would give that back to Madam Chair for me, please. And you can have the podium, such as this.
The Raymond way.
I love the box.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Don't get the rings one.
It's like way too much stuff going on here. Thank you. All right. Oh, lots of pencils here. So welcome everyone. Before we get started, I just want to let everyone know that this is your meeting, and my role here is to make sure that it runs smoothly, that everyone is treated fairly, and has a chance to have their voice heard. So I think, let me just ask, is there anyone here who is not a voter who may want to speak? Yeah. So the reason why I asked the question is if we want folks who aren't voters to be able to participate, we need to vote. We need a 2/3 vote to allow them. So if someone wanted to make a motion to do that.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Raise your orange. Thank you. All right. So we are going to allow non-voters to speak. The next thing we need is a positive motion to begin discussion. We have Article 2, to see if the town will vote to donate a parcel of land up to 45 acres from the land owned by the town of Raymond at 77 Patricia Avenue, tax map 5, lot 17, for the building of the new RSU 14 middle school with the following contingency. The state of Maine and the RSU 14 Board of Directors must approve the use of the 77 Patricia Avenue site for the middle school. If the contingency is not met, the land will remain with the town of Raymond.
So moved.
Just a clarification, Madam Moderator.
Yes.
You said lot 17. It should be.
Did I say? Lot 19. I apologize.
Okay. So
So do I have a positive motion?
So moved.
Bonnie seconded.
Okay. And is there any discussion? Yes.
Yes. I would like Chris, please. He's our Assistant Code Enforcement, to get up and just explain the map, please, so people understand what we are talking about.
you be able to hear me at this mic? So I'm gonna have Wayne help me hold the map.
Okay. And folks, if you could
doing the
identify
banner thing.
yourselves before you speak, that would be great, so everyone knows who you are.
Chris Hansen, Assistant Code Officer for the Town of Raymond. I live at 5 Crockett Road for the moment, and I'm moving to 34 Haskell Avenue shortly.
Do we have a handheld microphone for him, Sue, by chance?
I'll speak loudly.
Okay.
So, the parcel in blue is the town-owned property at 77 Patricia Avenue. Everybody see? This is Patricia Avenue, Dillon Way. This is part of Colonial Heights. This is the Wyndham boundary, and that is the gray boundary. This is a CMP corridor that goes down to Route 85, where they're going to run a new transmission line right up through the property at 77 Patricia. That 8.5 acres was sold 5 years ago to CMP. The area right here is an area that was used in the past as a landfill, and this area in red was an area about 4.7 acres that was used for spreading sludge up until the early 2000s. This parcel has had some clearing. We did take some wood off it in the past. I think Mr. Foster did the forestry work on that. And there's also a cell tower right here that's owned by, I believe, Crown Castle? Is that right?
Or its successors.
Or successors.
That's a C&D landfill, correct, Chris?
Yes, C&D
Not
landfill.
an MSW landfill.
Correct. So if there's any
How many
questions,
acres?
I'd be glad. It's 140 and we sold 8.5. This is like 131 acres.
Okay.
No.
For clarification, has not been a spot picked yet up there as to where we were going to donate.
No, I think we left it at
The schools.
meeting when we
Yeah.
voted they could pick wherever they wanted.
Is there Portland Water District access?
The closest water would be either through Colonial Heights, or there's a development going in here that they're going to put in condominiums in here. There would be public water here, which isn't a very long distance. And also, yeah, that's the access off 85. And then there would be this and possibly something through there, but that's Town of Wyndham's property.
I know we see the map, but ballpark, how far from the Wyndham border?
From here, if there's public water here,
No, I'm talking about to the Wyndham town line.
the Wyndham Town line is right here,
Right there.
right down the blue line.
So we're right on the, well, okay,
It's right on the Wyndham line.
right on the Wyndham line, okay,
And this is the gray line.
okay.
So when you go up Patricia Avenue, where do you go in to that?
There's an access road right through here. There's a gate right here. You can drive right up to the site right here.
Okay. So the way that we're leaving it right now is the RSU 14 has a team that has a matrix that they check off a bunch of different things. So they would be looking at different properties in Wyndham and Raymond, and they do a whole thing of testing, soils, mapping, all this different work that they have to do out, and there is a committee that does it too. So they will let us know if, that is a site that they can use or not, or if it makes the matrix, and then they pick the acreage as to where they want. So just in case anybody had any questions on that. Did I say that right, Chris? Okay, thanks.
Is there any additional discussion?
Good evening. My name is Shar Jewell. I live at 17 Hartley Lane here in Raymond. I am a member of the RSU 14 school board, but I am currently speaking as a Raymond resident and taxpayer. So we've had many communications over the last month and a half, and my own personal thoughts, and it's interesting the different avenues that people are coming at this situation from. So I want to start by saying I appreciate the select board for making this move. One of the biggest considerations that parents had a concern with was, where is this place going to be located if Raymond goes in with the school? And so having the option of being more centrally located between the two towns is a benefit, I think, in my personal opinion. As far as being a taxpayer of the town, we learned last week that whether or not Raymond joins this new middle school, we're on the hook to pay for it. It's to the tune of, in the neighborhood of $300,000 a year that the Raymond taxpayers will have to pay, whether or not we use the school. And just from a purely financial standpoint, it doesn't make sense to pay for this new school and pay for the current middle school. It just doesn't make financial sense from a taxpayer perspective. From a parent perspective, I do think that children who are able to go to the new middle school with all the bells and whistles and the STEM programs and a building that is designed for education in 2026 and beyond, will have a definite advantage over children who are educated in a school that was built in the 60s. So I support this motion, and I will be voting yes to have the option of a more centrally located geography for placement of the school. Thank you.
Anyone else like to make a comment? All right, then. Then we are ready for a vote, and we're going to vote by a show of hands. So we're going to, when you vote, you just raise up your card, and we'll count. So is everyone ready for the question? All those in favor? Opposed? Seems to be unanimous. All right. I think that's all of the business we have for this special town meeting. Is there anything else we need to address?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
All in favor? Sounds good. Thank you very much.
We're going to take about a 5-minute break.